Everybody, for dinner tonight I'm going to make some chicken enchiladas, and the sauce that I'm going to use is a homemade sauce using flour, butter, and chicken stock. So it's kind of like a roux, but instead of milk we're going to use chicken stock. And let me tell you, these enchiladas are so good. So you're just going to need some corn tortillas or even flour tortillas, whichever you want. I like corn for these. And I'm only making 4 because there's just 2 of us, so I'm just going to make 4. I have some rotisserie chicken that I'm going to toss a little bit of this seasoning onto and warm it up in the microwave just to kind of get it hot. I've got flour, chicken broth. This is just some leftover I had. And then these are some leftover green chilies that I have. They're from a can. I had them in the freezer, and so I'm kind of just thawing them out. My husband can't eat these, so I'm only going to be putting those in mine. But normally you would mix them in with the white sauce or the enchilada sauce and maybe put some inside of the enchilada also. But my hubs can't handle it, so it's just going to be mine better that way. I love this chicken. And since I don't have a big old recipe, and I'm just making 4, there's no measurements. I'm just going to wing it. With this roux, it's easy. You just make it like you want it. Maybe a couple tablespoons of butter, a couple tablespoons of flour, the stock, and then just keep adding those 3 things until it's as thick as you want. So I guess first things first, we're just gonna take some chicken and pull these apart a little better. This rotisserie chicken is the best. My store pulls it and sells it this way, and depending on how much there is, like this was almost $6. It was $5.85 or $5.89 or something. How much was this? $5.95. And this is 0.85 pounds. And it's dark meat and white meat, but it's mostly white meat. And they do a really great job at getting off all the fat. It's amazing. So I'm just gonna pull off as much as I think I would need for 4 enchiladas. Let's see. 1, 2, maybe just a little bit more. This ought to be enough. So I have a little bit of taco seasoning. I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle some of this on because to me it tastes better with not so much of this traditional taco seasoning. But I just want enough to kind of flavor the meat, especially since Daryl can't have hot peppers in his, or chili peppers. It'll need a little bit of flavor. So this is all I'm gonna use. Now I'm just going to heat this up in the microwave, but I'll do that later. I'll heat that up later. All right, now I'm just going to take some butter. I just have some of this. Sorry for the glare. So I'm going to go ahead, put this in, and this is just all just the way there's no rhyme or reason, you just do it. I found that when cooking for just 2, I don't really need a recipe, I just wing it. So I'm gonna let that cook. The last time I made this, I made way too much sauce. ended up throwing some of it away, but that's okay. And then you just take some flour. I'm just gonna let this cook for a minute more. Okay, it's starting to bubble, so I'm just taking like a scoop of flour. You probably can't see that very well. I'm gonna stir that in. And I'm gonna take some more flour. And make a mess. Okay, there's my paste. Now, I have my chicken broth. And then you just stir it until it gets thick. So I'm still stirring. Sorry for the glare. And then if I have to, I'll add more flour to thicken it up. All right, so this is a nice thick sauce. I turned off the heat. I probably made it a little too thick. And I ran out of chicken stock, but I'm just gonna add water. Now at this point, you can add whatever seasonings you like. I'm gonna do a little bit of onion powder. And maybe a tiny bit of garlic. And I would also add the green chilies, but I'm going to have to add those separately on my own. So this is kind of just like homemade chicken gravy, actually. And that's all there is to it, you guys. I'll just set it there. Okay, so I have heated my chicken up for about 15 seconds. And I have my green chilies. After they defrosted, they kind of got watery, so I drained out some of the juice, which would be really good in this. But anyway, so I guess I'll make Daryl's first. Just gonna add some chicken. Fold it over, and I'm just using a little cake pan from the Dollar Tree. Let's see. All right, I was gonna do something else, but that's all right. So now here are mine. And I'm actually gonna add some chilies to mine. Have to make sure to keep his out of the way. Perfect. Oh, the green chilies, oh my gosh, they smell so good. All right. And I'm not too worried about what my enchiladas look like if they're breaking apart or whatever. Okay. But this one will look better like that. I just need to, now I'm gonna put the sauce. See, I made way too much. But that's okay. Saucy is good. And then I'm just gonna mark mine with some green chilies, which I should have waited and put the cheese on first and then marked in with green chilies, but that's okay. So now I'm just gonna top this with some cheese and let it bake in the oven, and I'll put a piece of foil over it too. Oh, and of course you can put onions in this. Daryl probably would have preferred some onions. I didn't even think about that. So I'm gonna chop some onion up for him. So, all right. So this side is mine. I'm just gonna put some foil on it. These are great from the Dollar Tree. You just do that. I have the oven set to 350, and now I'm just gonna let this bake until he gets home. Everything's all cooked, it just needs to get warmed through. Okay, I just took it out of the oven. It's been in about a half an hour. Smells good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is good. Let's see. I don't know what spatula to use. So they're extra saucy because I made extra sauce. And these two are Daryl's, and I made some salad here. So I'm actually just gonna let them sit and rest for a minute. Okay, everyone, here it is. It looks so good. There's the chicken. Lola, hush. Let's have a bite, shall we? I didn't get very much chicken in that. Best chicken enchiladas ever, you guys. You have to make you some. It's the best. Seriously, they don't get any better than this. And I am not kidding. And so there's Daryl's. He's got the onions. So I hope you guys decide to make this easy chicken enchilada recipe. It is incredible. So much better than the cream of chicken sour cream version. Oh, it's amazing. All right, well, I'm gonna go finish dinner. So thanks for watching and have a great night. Bye. And if you have leftover sauce, you can use it for your chips.